What am I looking at? What am I looking at? Mini Crossroads. Kirby Lambert M390 limited edition. Okay, folks, this is it. This is all you're going to get for information on this. That's it. Where did I get mine? Where do you think I got mine? I got mine White Mountain Knife. I always do business with Justin when possible. Not all the time, but when possible. Let's kick the flap open because it's one of them things like this. Okay, see that? All right, so you get a sleeve covering the box, a box covering the plastic, plastic covering the pouch, pouch covering. Is this? Wow. Okay, but you paid a lot of money for this knife, so, well, in LTK dollars, it's a lot of money. Probably for some of you rich folk out there, this ain't nothing. But I'm living in Florida now, so now I feel like uppity up. Except there's a lot of hillbillies in Florida. So I feel right at home. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, so they give you, they give you, they screw you, but they're going to give you that. Okay. And this. So you get this lovely, and somewhere in here, I'm not going to take the time to do that. You want to see the knife, don't you? Oh, and then you get this. This says Reate. I call them Reate, whatever you want to. Now, Velcro City, are we not? Oh, yeah, I already opened it. I think it was sealed, and I had to cut that top off. But there it is. Okay, so, I know, unboxing, and that's pretty rapid unboxing. Come on, folks. Here's my mini Crossroads. Thank you, Lord. We finally got it out. And this is Brown by Carter. You can get, and, God. You know what? Okay, if you're good and you understand this, go into the comment section and tell everybody who it is that's doing a bunch of exclusive, different scale materials for this. Because somebody told me, and I went and looked, and it was really cool. But this is a standard thing. This is what I got from White Mountain. So this is standard. But there was another online retailer, okay, that was doing different scale materials. And they do a lot of change-up stuff with different Reate models. I remember like an Arctic Storm one on a different model and this and that. So doing some different like fat carbon, that. So check that out too. If somebody in the comment section will be so kind to kind of inform everybody on that. I forgot who it was. If I find it, I'll let you know. Okay, so what we've got here is, what do you want to call it? Bolster lock, frame lock, or liner lock? What do you want to call it? I mean, it has not even a solid scale over here. You might say liner lock. Really, as far as I'm concerned, I call this a frame lock because basically you just got a thin little inlay on here on a titanium frame, and that's where your lock is. Check that out. Okay, that's 20%. Should we go to that? 20? It's centered. I mean, this is made by, this is Reate, right? So it's solid, it's good, it's as good as high-end production knives, as far as I'm concerned, factory production knives get. This and WE knives are my top two as far as factory production knives. Well, I mean, okay, we can, like, obviously Chris Reeve and all that, but you know what I'm saying? So they're very top end. And you're going to pay that price, too. Look at the back spacer, kind of a suspended, wild-looking deal here. So, and I probably, I don't have my magnet around here. I'll have to make sure I get those back. This is first video from Florida. Okay, so that's one thing to remember. Get my magnets out here. But this is titanium. I'm sure the back spacer is titanium, all that. Now, there's a question here, and let me show you this, okay? This is kind of interesting, and it puzzles me a bit, okay? So they're saying it's like a 3.3 inch length blade. Okay, and they're right, and it's about 85 millimeters. Okay, overall length 7 5/8, not 3/4. Okay, at let's just call it 95, or 19.5 centimeters. Whew. That was a long move from Arkansas, my friends. 19.5 centimeters. Please, God, help me. Come down. Help me. And I think I'm going to be at Blade Show. Wow, that ought to be interesting too. Okay, I will be at Blade. Okay, 6/10 of an inch. Keep squeezing. If we really crush it, maybe we can knock it down. So basically 6/10 of an inch at 15 millimeters. This ought to be about 4, don't you think? Yeah, and it is. Basically, let's just call it 4 millimeters at 0.15. Okay. So you got 4 millimeter blade stock, and oh, by the way, I did think in advance to get some cutting paper by my desk. And now I'm on the table. I don't have that big fancy desk I had. That thing wouldn't fit out of the damn room. I mean, it was, my wife donated it. Okay, so yes, it's relatively sharp out of the box, so let's get that over with. And you know, Kirby Lambert, and of course, what was the one he did for drop? It wasn't the Crossroads. It was the other one, and I'll stick that in here later when I process the video, if I can. Here's what's interesting, though. Okay, this is $377, right? Okay. 7.7 inches. Okay, I get it. And 3.3, okay? And it's, oh, by the way, yeah, it's an M390 steel. And where did I throw the last thing? This is interesting because the Crossroads, right? Okay, so the Crossroads was 375. This is 377. Okay, this is the mini. Okay. And, oh, hollow grind, by the way, too. And, yeah, okay. So, but check this out. 3.5 inch blade. 8.3 overall. So 3.5 inch blade. So we gone from a 3.3 to a 3.5 inch blade. Does that make sense to you? I mean, if I'm going to make a mini and the full size one's 3.5 inches, wouldn't you just go to 3? Or maybe the maxi should have been 3.75 and then the mini could have been 3.3. And it's going to be disappointing. There's guys that for legal reasons and other reasons want like a 3-inch blade or under. And so you kind of maybe not hit their sweet zone with this. And if you're to 3.5, I mean, just saying, okay, don't you think? I'm thinking. And really, the exact same price for a little bit shorter blade. Okay, so here's some of the other black micarta, etc. What do we get? Do we got a green? We got a green micarta. And then my toss-up was between this natural one. I really like the natural. Maybe should have done that, actually. Oh, crap. Okay. Well, never mind. But, yes. The mini Crossroads. Cool knife. Ergo's interesting here that, you know, he does this kind of pistol grip handle. And, you know, you're kind of damned if you do. And maybe would have been better not. But, okay, everything needs to fit here, right? And so not everybody's hand is going to be copacetic. You might end up with something like you got much thinner fingers than Sausage Man here, and therefore your second one might be getting impaled on, you know what I'm saying? Because you kind of do that when you make choices here on this. I mean, the first choice, I get it. Okay, I get it. Could have been maybe a little shorter, actually. And then the rest of this could have just been, but I mean, design, okay, interest and all that, I get it. And for me, it's okay. So I'm going to call the Ergos fine for me, but maybe something that you're going to have to think about depending on your hand size. And reverse grip, well, okay, so I'm going to finger, okay, I can do that. And yes, then I'm okay with that too. So there's that. And let me do this. By the way, I've got to get this stand adjusted. Okay, now I got to give my hand room to move around. So, which begs the question here, and let me see, where'd I put my scale? Come on, baby. Here's my scale. Bingo. Sitting under my cutting paper, hiding. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, 128 grams. Kick it around to ounces, as long as it doesn't skip ounces. 4.5. 4.5. Okay, 4.5 ounces. So what do you think? 4.5 ounces, not bad. It's a chunky monkey. I mean, there's a lot of titanium there, right? So is this really a small gent carry? Well, with a 3-inch blade and maybe 0.46 or 0.5 thickness, that kind of thing, yeah. But I'm not thinking it is much like this. So it's smaller than the full size. And the grind looks symmetrical, plunge looks good. I mean, you know, they do a great job. There's no question. And you're contoured here with the micarta. And the micarta is not that incredibly weathered, washed out look. So that's not bad either. Yeah, got a nice drop to it. That might be somewhat adjustable when we take it apart, take a look at it. But it's pretty good. It's a nice little drop on it. Not, you know, it's not in super drop shutty yet, but, you know, that can change over time as well. Plus, that pivot might be tightened down a little bit. Obviously, right hand tip up only, titanium pocket clip, the actual hardware. Since it's contoured like that, they kind of shy away from doing that flat kind of machined look on the screws. So that's fine. That's fine. So I'm kind of wondering, you take this apart, there's got to be something here, right? So if you take these off, do you think there's some internal screws under that micarta on that frame? Probably. And you can't get it from the front. You can only get it from the back. But yeah, ergos. Here's my balance here. Design is what it is. Kirby Lambert. So you can't hardly complain with that. And blade to handle length is good. Design flow is good, you know. Flipper tabs, got jimping on the top. I don't know. And, you know, I might have wanted to change the shape of the flipper tab and maybe take this edge off and kind of cant it a little bit and then put maybe my jimping along the front and do that rather than, are you really flipping it like this? Now, maybe you can push button it. So, okay. I mean, there's where that makes sense. And that's kind of nice to do. I usually light switch it. And so the jimping's not really where I need it. I'm not feeling it here. Only here. And I'm not sure how helpful that is on top of that. But there she be. So what do we got here? Well, let's see. And, ooh, baby. Well, I'm not going to take this one apart, my friends. And that's unfortunate. These screws here will come undone, but I cannot get this one undone, and I don't want to have to do what I think I might have to do to get that to come undone, but somebody has really, really slammed this baby with the Loctite hard and really cranked it down. So now I cannot undo that. Now I can figure out why this thing doesn't quite drop shut like it probably would if you could ease the tension on that, but that thing has been absolutely slammed. And I'm going to start just washing it out completely because it's going to start jumping and yeah, this is going to strip everything out. So, no, I'm going to leave it alone. Yeah, got to know when to quit. And I surrender. I surrender. Kirby Lambert, here we go. But Reate knives, good quality. This surprises me that they're making their whatever they did to this pivot to lock that down so hard. That's not very common when I can't conquer a pivot screw, and so this is disappointing. But this is a design that you may either like or not like. Do you think it's worth $375? Well, that's kind of the price of admission for Reate knives these days. So I think it is what it is, whether you like that or not. And if you like the design or not. I mean, this is definitely in Kirby's design language, that's for sure. You see the different models he's done, and you can tell a Kirby Lambert design. So that's good, and then that's unique, right? A trademark. I'm going to leave you to it. There it is, the mini Crossroads. Take care, my friends. You know what we do. We love them knives. You guys stay sharp.